Hi everybody, today I want to talk about what are some of my goals with Veve and what are my plans for the future. So a lot of people always ask me, where are we at with Veve? Where do you think it's going? Why are you so interested in it? And really given it some thought. Basically, I've come to kind of four different things that I can break it down to in terms of my interest in Veve. So let's get right to it. So I think one of the first things, and really why I'm attracted to Veve, but really the entire space, is blockchain and NFT technology. And for me, the best way to get involved is to immerse myself in it and attempt to kind of touch everything in that space. In the NFT world, it intersected with another one of my hobbies, which is collecting comics, as you can see. And so it seemed like a perfect fit. So buying cryptocurrency, buying NFTs, watching that world expand, seeing where it's going to go, I'm really interested in that. So from the Veve perspective, that is one of my first goals and why I'm involved. I think it's important to understand these things, and personally, I just really love it. Okay, number two is honestly, and just like everybody else, I'd like to make some money. I think that these NFTs are assets. They're obviously going up in value. They're becoming valuable. We don't know where this is going. Are they going to keep their value? We don't know. Are they going to explode even more? We don't know. But for me, that's all very entertaining, interesting, fun. But I do want to make some money. And so, as you see in some of these videos and on my website and other things, I'm trying to show you and go through those thoughts in my own head of how do we identify things that are undervalued that might increase in value. That's fun for me also. It's another hobby of mine, if you want to call it that. And so, yeah, I'm here to make some money, and I know a lot of you are too. The third one is I want to collect cool stuff. As you can see, I like to collect things. I do like to collect things that are associated to some of the comic book heroes that I like reading their stories. But in general, it's just fun to collect cool things, So, for example, the DeLorean car, really, really awesome. I did enjoy that movie way back in the day, but I wouldn't count myself as someone who, is in love with Back to the Future. But that car is so cool. It's so iconic. And to have one that you can blow up really, really big and walk around, and I do want to shoot some videos with it. I think that's super cool. Same with Ghostbusters. I loved the movie growing up. I even think I remember one year in Halloween, my parents dressed me up as like one of the Ghostbuster guys. But I wouldn't say that, the Ecto car is something that I always thought about and dreamed of having, but it's pretty cool to have one in the app. The Todd one, because it's such a significant one. And as I've noted before, I wasn't really that big of a Walt Disney fan, but I'm really becoming one and understanding all the significance of these different pieces. So having a Walt is huge. Being able to show that statue, and once again, I believe that when the technology is right and you're able to film with it, put it in different places, I think that particular collectible is going to be great. And we're getting new ones too. We just got Black Panther. I really like those. I put some on my Twitter, and I put some on my Instagram account. Those are both Sleeping Comics if you want to follow me there. And those are spectacular, and it really is showing you how Veve is really continuing to make, I think, pretty much the best NFTs out there. And the last one that I think is interesting, of course, are the secret rare comics. Now, the reason why I picked those, I of course love the commons because they're mimics or copies of the real world ones. But Veve with Marvel, they have made decisions that they want these covers, and some of them are taken from interior pages, or they are very rare variants of the cover, that these covers are now going to be the ones that are most valuable for those specific comics going forward. So I think about Fantastic Four #5 with Dr. Doom on the cover, and some of the others. I think is really significant. And so that is of interest to me, and they're cool to have because, of course, they're very scarce. And as a collector, that is an element of it. Getting something that is scarce and other people want, that's kind of the nature of collecting. The one that I am interested in, but I was not able to get, was the 007 Aston Martin. I do like cars. I'm not the biggest 007 fan, but it's such an incredible car, and I think it would definitely be cool to have one of those. So I'm thinking about buying one. I didn't buy anything. I'd probably just buy the ultra rare one, not either of the secret rares. Those are outside of my budget by far. So I think those are some of the goals and what I think about with Veve. And so what I would say for you is, when you're thinking about how you're collecting, what you're spending money on, in terms of those three things, what do you value the most? Because if you truly are more of a collector, obviously we want to make money, but you're more of a collector than making money at this point. And that's kind of where I'm at. That's why I'm interested in holding some of these things longer, and I don't have a hard time hodling things. I was really thinking about that the other day, is why don't I, and maybe I used to think that I didn't have as hard a time hodling things because I'm used to hodling comics for a long time, but no, it's because I think I value collecting over making the money at this point. If it was only money and I saw everything collapsing, then I would get a little bit nervous, right? So you have to kind of figure out where you are in the spectrum. I know some of the people are just technology enthusiasts as well, so maybe they're just interested from that perspective. But, and you don't have to be one or the other. I'm only in it for the money, or I'm only in it for the collecting. I mean, I think you definitely are in shades of gray in all of this. But maybe to make it easier, you want to be kind of lean more into the collecting and less of making the money, and maybe that'll be easier to hodl. I don't know. I'm just making up things at this point. But those are some of the reasons and some of my thoughts on where Veve's at right now. I think they are, at least for me personally, scratching my itch in those three areas in terms of technology, collecting, and making some money. And that's why I've been fascinated with it. I continue to be. I thank you all for watching, and I'll talk to you all soon.